Alright, this video is a review from section 4.3 and 4.4. Both of those sections were on factoring and solving by factoring. So I'm just going to do a quick review of solving by factoring because that will obviously involve the factoring process but also solve it. So kind of killing two birds with one stone. So the first problem, and pause the video, see how well you do with these without listening to the answer, of course. So the first one, I'm going to get everything on one side. So I'm going to add the 2x over to the other side, and I'm going to subtract the 3 over, and that leaves me with canceling out the 3's. And then always remember your greatest common factor. Well, I can take an x out of both of those, so that leaves me with 7x minus 3. And then I really don't, I did factor there, but I don't have any complex factoring that I need to do. So take each factor, and this factor, is technically x minus 0, but I don't need to write that. Set it equal to 0, each of those separately, and solve them. So this is obviously x equals 0. This, if I add 3 and divide by 7, I will get 3/7. And you can always plug these numbers in to the original equation and check, and they should balance out, of course. All right, the second one is 25x squared minus 4, and it's already set equal to 0. There's nothing you can factor out, and notice there's two terms, so it is the difference of two perfect squares, and if you catch that, 25 is 5x times 5x, and 4 is 2 times 2. So that, hopefully, if you catch that, is definitely the easiest, because then I know it's going to be 5x plus 2 and 5x minus 2. And again, that's only if it's the difference. If it's a plus there, that wouldn't work. And then I set each of those equal to 0. And I'll subtract 2, and I'll add 2 and divide by 5. So I get negative 2/5 and positive 2/5. And again, I know I'm going through these quickly. I'm just hoping you paused and tried to work through these first. And you can pause again and check your work and see if you made a mistake. All right, this last one, again, everything is in standard form and to one side set equal to 0. There's nothing I can factor out of all three terms. You can do the guess and check method. You can use the FIFO method. And I'm not, whichever you prefer, or any other method that you've ever learned. I'm going to quickly go through I'm going to do FIFO first. So the FIFO method is where you take the first term times the last term. So I'm going to take 6 times negative 10, which would be negative 60. And then I want two numbers that multiply to negative 60 that are going to add to negative 11. So 60 would be 6 and 10, 5 and 12, 4 and 15, and I'll stop there because I can already see that 4 and 15 will work. So if I did 4 minus 15, that would give me a negative 11. So what I'm going to do with that 4 and 15 is I'm going to write the plus 4 and the minus 15, and then I'm going to toss in a 6x before each of those. Remember, your first term always goes before, and then take out any extra stuff. So in the first parenthesis I can divide both of these by 2, and the second parenthesis I can divide both these by 3. So I'm going to be left with 3x plus 2 and 2x minus 5. And that's my answer. Now if you did the guess and check method, which is actually what I do, but I've been factoring for years and years and years, you want to find factors of the first term, which are clearly either 1 and 6 or 2 and 3. Now we already know it's 2 and 3. And then you want to find factors of the last term, which are obviously 1 and 10 or 2 and 5. And again, we know it's 2 and negative 5. And then it's literally just guess and check. So you want to try those options. When you FOIL this, of course, you're going to get 6x squared, and here you'll get negative 10. But your outer and your inner terms are the clincher. So this is going to be a negative 15 plus 4, which, yes, would give you negative 11. If you used, 6 and 1 first, when you FOILed that out, you wouldn't get your answer. So, that's up to you. You know what though? I didn't mean to box this in. We wanted to solve these. So 3x plus 2 equals 0 and 2x minus 5 equals 0. So subtract 2, so x is going to equal negative 2/3, or add 5 and divide by 2. So there's the answer I wanted to box in.